Good morning. It's Sunday and I had kind of a late night last night at the club, but it's all right. Today's a little slow moving for me. Y'all know I get up and get it every day. I get up in the morning, I make products, I get a hold of people, I ask them, do they have any orders for me? I try to line myself up for the week, and even when I don't have sales, I'm out here setting appointments, taking orders. I've been dropping off samples and business cards to different businesses. You know, when I got fired from my job, I was like, you know what? I have a whole side business on the back burner, you know, because the whole time I was sitting up at my place of employment with people calling me wanting stuff, and I couldn't get out to them because I was too busy working for somebody else. So I was like, well, I don't have time to cry about it. Let me get myself situated, start selling what I have, and start putting money into my business, which is what I did. But excuse me, my allergies are kind of bad. But whenever I'm not at the cemetery or out in nature, I love to come out here and see the trains. I love trains, and this is where they unhook at, so I like to come by here and walk by the tracks, and I love the sound of trains. But yeah, I'm just over here at this overpass over here on Main. That's McClure. But yeah, it's spring, it's raining, so I brought my umbrella. I always keep an umbrella in a car because rain does not keep me inside. The spring is here, even though it is a little cold. Somebody tagged me in a video yesterday. The snakes are awake, which is a beautiful thing. As y'all know, I really love my reptile friends by the river. So I'm really ready to get out and see them. I was doing some thinking. You know, I've done a lot of extra writing lately. My writing's gotten really deep. And I talk about the Matrix all the time, and I talk about demos and simulations. I know people think I'm crazy, but basically, the way that souls experience things, because, you know, as souls, we came here to experience different experiences. And how do we do that? We do that by having demos or simulations. And, you know, that's the reason why I don't really even pay attention to like race or ethnicity or anything like that anymore, because souls don't even know those things. As a soul, we don't know a race, an ethnicity, a religion, because we've had so many past lives, you know. And another way of talking about or looking at past lives are timelines. The way I had it first taught to me is it's like a chessboard. And each square on that chessboard is a different timeline. And they're all going on at the same time. You know, same thing as a past life. So basically, all the experiences that you can have in the physical 3D world are all happening at the same time. Because time does not exist. It's a man-made concept. We're all energy. So what we do is we align to a different timeline depending on where we're vibing at. Look at these trains. I love these. So basically, as souls, you know, you might have been black or white or, you know, Chinese or whatever, you know, in a past life. It doesn't matter. The physical form that you're in does not matter. What matters is who you are as a soul. And we all chose these experiences prior to incarnating in the physical form that we're in now. You know, I mean, you've had, and I've had, different physical forms, and we've even had times when we didn't have a physical form. That's the reason why I don't even fear death anymore. Because my soul will still continue to exist, whether or not I'm in this meat suit or not. You know, that's just how it is. But so back to the Matrix. The Matrix is in the mind. We create our reality in our minds, because whatever we focus on and whatever we believe to be true is. That's the reason why everybody is experiencing their very own version of reality at the same time. And I've said this in many of my videos, my Facebook followers, because you can go back and watch all of my videos on Facebook. I'm just now uploading these on my channel on YouTube. And I have not uploaded all of my Facebook videos on there because it's so time consuming. But I will put the link to my personal Facebook page. In fact, it's already on my channel. It's already on there. Go to my links and I've got both my business Facebook pages and my personal page and my blog link in the description of this YouTube channel, so for my new viewers. But I've talked a lot about where you vibrate at, and what you focus on is what you create. And so you have to be careful that you're not attracting your fears, and that you're focused on what you want and not what you don't want. Because, like, watch the news, for instance. Everyone's always like, oh, it's so terrible. The reason why is because they are reporting everybody's personal experiences, their very own versions of reality, all at the same time. So basically, as a planet, if we all raise our vibrations, then none of us will be aligning to those type of things, and we'll all be seeing the planet as a better place. And this basically all starts with positivity, you know, because like I said, we're creating in our minds, which is why it's so important to get in touch with your soul vibration and use your soul energy, because then you're already higher vibrational. You're letting your soul guide you and lead you. You're out of your own way. Your fears aren't manifesting shit you don't want, and you're already living your best life. You know, even when something shows up you don't like, just accept it, that this is where you're at right now, and evidently your soul attracted that for you because that's what you needed. To slow down. Whew. A lot of walking and stuff. That water looks really, really nice. But you know, they say that water is like, and see, understand when I say they say, I had to kind of get away from that, because I don't know how many times I've read something or seen something on the internet and taken it to be true, and the shit wasn't even true. Like, for instance, and understand, if I get a phone call, and I shouldn't get a phone call, but if I do, I'm going to upload this anyway, so if there's an abrupt ending, that's why. I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday. I'm a vegetarian. I was a vegan for years. And the reason why I am is because my grandpa was a farmer and a butcher. And I watched him butcher so many animals, slaughter so many animals, that I just couldn't do it. I said, I can't do this. So that's my personal preference, not to eat meat. Okay? But anytime you go on the internet, people tell you that you have to be vegan in order to be spiritual. Okay? So people believe this wholeheartedly. Well, the way that I understand this now is really we're more than what we eat, because for one thing, this is just our physical form, and we can heal ourselves anytime we want just by imagining ourselves well. Okay? If you imagine yourself sick, or you're scared you're going to get sick, or you're one, damn, it's loud as hell. Or if you're one of these people who's like a germ phobe and you're like so scared you're going to catch your death or something, well, what's going to happen? So we can heal ourselves at any given time. So really, that doesn't even make any difference. I'm not saying don't eat healthy, but I'm saying really come from more of a soul, a spiritual energy and knowledge, then, because you're more than your physical form. But back to my story. So she was telling me, you know, I need to be vegan to be more spiritual. And I said, listen, yes, when we eat animals, I don't eat animals, but when you eat animals, they become a part of you. Okay? You know, it's almost like a circle of life. So they continue to be, but they just become a part of you. Okay? And it's a personal choice whether or not you want to eat meat or not. But, you know, really, if you look at the Native Americans, they ate animals, and they were, like, very spiritual. So evidently that's not true. that you have to be vegan to be spiritual. This is some man-made concept that somebody came up with. That's the reason why I said don't believe everything you see on the internet, because it will have you all messed up. You know, and the best thing to do is to meditate on it. And what resonates, what feels true. You know, because what feels true to you might not feel true to somebody else. Because we all have our, you know, everyone has their own unique soul vibration. And we are a collective consciousness. We are one consciousness because we are all connected. But we each have our own individual soul energetic vibration. So whatever resonates with you on a soul level. So don't believe everything you see on the internet is all I'm saying. Because it'll have you thinking that you aren't on the right path and that you need to be doing something else, you know, and so just definitely watch that. You know, there's a lot of bullshit out there, and then there's a lot of people out there who are really just in it for money. You know, and I'm not saying don't make money off your spiritual practice, but a lot of times you don't even need that extra shit. I know last year I spent all kinds of money on healers and all kinds of stuff, and you know what, like I said yesterday, you really don't even need all that fancy healing. Because basically, what I was getting at earlier, everything that's happening in the physical realm is not even real. It's all in your mind. This is how we experience reality. You're imagining it. So it never even happened, really, because it was all matrix demos and simulations. It's like you just been popping in demo tapes the whole time. If you can resonate with that and you can see that everything that's happened, you actually attracted that situation, or even when you were a child, that was what was destined to happen. You chose those experiences as a soul. So don't even judge them. Just understand they've made you and created you the way that you are, and any type of conditioning that you have now as a result, shed that shit. Look at it different. Don't sit up and be in victim mentality and be like, oh, woe is me. My life was so hard. No, you chose those experiences as a soul, and it happened just like it was supposed to. Learn from it. And whatever conditioning you received as a result, flip it around. That's all you have to do. You don't need all these expensive healers and all this kind of stuff. Look at it different, have the right perspective, and realize the physical realm never even happened in the first place. Never. Never. And that's crazy. You like when you really grasp that concept, that the 3D, this physical world is happening right now. This is where you're vibrating at. This is what you're creating in your mind. This is your very own version of reality, your style. Everybody else's is not going to look like yours. That's the reason why when we get out of alignment with people, you know, you could be like cool as hell with somebody for years, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're on like this path of like spiritual awakening. You're learning new things about yourself, about the world, about the planet, you know, about this one consciousness. You're learning things, you're evolving, you're changing. You no longer are in alignment with that person. That's okay. Don't even judge that. Just move on. That's the reason why Buddha says attachment is a source of all suffering. Be fluid. Evolve, change. You know, grow. Don't stay stagnant. Don't stay in situations or circumstances with people who no longer resonate with you. I mean, you can love them still, but you know, don't be afraid to cut people out of your life if you have to. Put yourself first. But you know what? I'm cold. It's really cold and wet out here. I do love it though. Man, I love being out here by these tracks. This is one of my favorite spots. So when I make these videos and I'm someplace different, just know that I'm inviting y'all into like my own very favorite spots that I like to go when I like to think, when I like to meditate. I like to take in knowledge from source. You know, and my thing is, I used to connect to my spirit guides and my angels. Now I don't even do that because I connect to my own soul energy. You know, what feels right? You know, what can I learn today? What can you teach me from my own soul? Ancient knowledge from my own soul, and I have found out I'm a very old soul. My timelines and experiences date back to biblical times. I've had dreams, I've had visions. You know, I have had all kinds of memories come back. And I write about them in my blog, so if you have not read my blog, I have the link underneath my name on Facebook, and my Facebook link is on my YouTube channel. On my Facebook page, I have my Instagram. So, I mean, there's no reason you shouldn't stay connected. You know, and I'm always available if you want to learn something. I'll teach you what I know from my own perspective, from, you know, how I have came to see it. But I'm about to get in this car because it's so cold. And then I got some sales this afternoon. I had plans to kind of make it around to the bootlegs today because everyone knows when it's warm, it's bootleg Sunday as far as I'm concerned, because those of y'all that know me locally know that I'm a street vendor, street hustler. I get out here and go door to door. I go in these barber shops, these beauty salons. I've got different businesses that I go to. I'm an incense maker. I make soaps. I do body oils, all that kind of stuff. So check out Tracy Smell Goods on Facebook. And I'm gonna get in this car because it's so cold. But y'all have a great Sunday.